am so excited to be bringing you the King's Cross case. Isn't this just adorable? I absolutely love it. It was so fun to create for you guys. I'm going to show you how to make this faux leather technique using our embossing powders and stamping over it, which is really fun, as well as using some of that beautiful embellishment mousse by Tonic Studios. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment and tell me all the things you love about it. Thanks for watching. All right, this is going to be a first for me because I'm going to completely lay out how I'm going to be cutting out the die for this kit that you are going to be receiving. So you're going to be receiving the die, of course, and then you are going to be receiving enough of this cardstock to make 6 purses. So you're going to be receiving 12 6x6 pieces of this cardstock, and then you're also going to be receiving 3 of the sheets of our sticker paper to do the edges as well as the front of your beautiful case. So I am going to start out by showing you how to lay it out. I'm going to just be using, I don't have a lot of space on my surface, so I am just going to be using my cut plate to lay it out for you, but I won't be running it through the machine. But I'm using the Tangerine, which is a great little machine. Plus I travel a lot and it comes with a case, so it's great for me to take with me on trips and when I go to my son's hockey practice and do die cuts. Okay, so to get started, what you're gonna do is take the main piece of the purse and you are going to run that through your machine, and you are gonna create 2 of these. So you are gonna end up with 2 of these cut out from your 6x6 paper. Now, once you've completed that, and how I laid this out, let me rewind. How I laid this out was I left about a 1/2 inch on this bottom piece here, because that is what I'm going to be using as my strap. So here is my little strap here, and that is what I am using to hold my purse together, is this little piece of extra paper on the bottom. So about a 1/2 inch is good. You can go ahead and measure if you want to get super specific. I just kind of eyeballed it. You know how I roll. Okay, so once you've created 2 of these, you are left with these 2 outlines. Now, for your handle on top and your buckle, you don't need adhesive behind. So for my handle and my buckle, you can go ahead and cut those out. So I'm just gonna trim my little piece of paper here. And then what I did is took that and I ran my buckle and my handle through my die cut machine. So you cut those out from a little piece left over. Gotta love Deke saying hi to everybody. Sorry about that. All right, with your second piece left over, so now remember you've cut out 2 of these, so you obviously have 2 of these left. One has no adhesive for your handle and your buckle, and then one, I'm gonna take my 1.5 inch Tear-ific tape before I cut my little edges, and I am going to stick that on the back there. This is such an easy way to get adhesive on your dies if you just stick your Tear-ific tape behind your cardstock before you run it through your die cut machine. All right, now I'm going to take my edges, and you're going to need to run these through ×2. So for your handle and your buckle, you just need 1 each. And then for your edges, you need 2 for the bottom and 2 for the top. So I'm going to take these little guys and run those through twice. And you're creating these lovely corner embellishments, which are really wonderful with the adhesive already on the back. So there is cutting out the whole purse. The next thing I'm going to show you is you are going to take your sticker paper. So like I said, you get 3 sheets of the sticker paper, and you are going to cut out 6 of these if you're going to make 6 purses. So you just need 1 of these for the face of your case, and then you need 2 each of the sides, and those are these side these side pieces here that add a really beautiful finish to your case. Now there are some other features in the die that I'm not using, but that just makes it so fun. So you can do a lot more different things when you get the die. This die is awesome because there are 12 dies in it. So I love this buckle with the mirrored cardstock. That's just gonna look beautiful. And there's also a great little tag. So you can do, obviously, gift this item and make a little tag with it. Okay, so back to these. You're gonna do 6 and then 12 of the side strips with your sticker paper. Now, if you decide to forego your 6th purse and you have a little extra left over of your cardstock, something that I did, which was really fun, is I folded my last 6x6 piece of paper and I made a cute little insert. And how I did that, like I said, I've got a fold here, and then I'm gonna take that little piece. Now you can obviously use this as well with some other decorative cardstock that you have that is gonna go with this look that we are doing. Take a little piece of my removable tape and run that through, and you're gonna get a great little card insert that fits perfectly inside of your King Cross case when you're done. Or you can even just cut those out straight and you can do a whole bunch of little note cards inside of your case, which will be really adorable as well. All right, now to get started on the actual funness of assembling and creating the design aspect of this King's Cross case, I just want to lay out all the elements to make sure you have everything ready to go for assembling one purse. So you're going to have 2 of the bases of the purse. You're going to have 2 each of the corners, and they have the Tear-ific tape on the back. You're going to have 1 buckle. You're going to have 1 of the top buckles here, and then you're going to have your cutout strip, which I threw behind me. This guy right here. So about 1/2 inch, so it fits through your buckle, just like that. And then your 2 side strips of your sticker paper and your 1 strip of sticker paper for the front. Now what you get in your kit is the actual King's Cross die, which is awesome. Like I said, endless possibilities. There are so many cool designs that you can do with it. I could have made 10 videos on this. So there is the King's Cross die that you get. You're going to be receiving this stamp set, which we've had Sparkle and Sprinkles had for quite some time, but I love how thick the actual stamp is. So it comes out really nice on top of our like faux leather look. So you're going to receive the stamp set, the die, all of the paper to make your 6 purses, including the sticker paper, the embellishment mousse, and the vintage embossing powder. And then you're going to be receiving enough Velcro to do your little clasps here with the Velcro. All right, we are going to start with our embellishment mousse. So this is a very simple technique that I'm going to do. I'm just basically going to take my finger tool here, and I'm going to move these guys out of my way. And obviously you can do this exact look, or you can create something different. So some of you have said you don't like putting your finger in the mousse. So if that's the case, you can take a little palette knife, scoop a chunk out, and use that so you don't contaminate your mousse with your finger grimies. So I'm just going to go ahead and start dipping into my, and this is from the new collection, and this is Pacific Teal, which is a really beautiful dark teal. And the nice thing about all the mousses is you have options. You can use them in their dark true color form, or you can actually use like a lighter muted down. You can add water to them in a separate container, but you can scoop a little out and add a little water to them. If you've never used the mousse or seen the mousse in our videos, check out some of our other videos on Sparkle and Sprinkle on our YouTube channel, and you will see a ton of different options how to use the mousse. Okay, so what I've done is I've just taken my finger tool and I've simply blotted the color on. And you're gonna do 2 coats. So this is coat number 1, and I'm gonna do this technique to my handle, and then I went ahead and did the back of my handle as well. So I'm going to finish that up. And then I am going to do all 4. So this is coat number 1. And then I'm going to do all 4 of my little borders. So do a single coat, let that dry for a few minutes, and then come back and do your second coat. Okay, so I did my first and second coat on these. This is what it looks like with its first coat done. So you can see it's not as dark and it's still pretty splotchy. So what I'm gonna do now that this is dry is just go ahead, dip in, and just continue that just tapping motion with the mousse on my finger. Now, like I said, if you don't wanna rub into your mousse, you can put a little side palette. You can also use your brush and dip into the mousse that way and blend it on your paper like this. So if you don't want to put your finger, that's another option. Just make sure you clean your brush off right away. Okay, so now that all of those guys are done, I'm going to set them aside to dry. All right, clean my little grimy finger tool off with just a baby wipe. And I am going to just keep my lid on this so it doesn't dry out. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the embossing technique to create that faux leather finish. So I'm going to take my sticker paper, and this is the one that you have cut out for the face of your project. And that's crack and peel, so really simple, and this is permanent adhesive. Now I'm going to take my vintage embossing powder, which is included in the kit, and I'm going to sprinkle that, oh, I missed a little piece. There we go. Sprinkle that over my sticker paper. Make sure everything is completely covered. Another really fun look to do is the lace background technique. With your embossing powders, just make sure you have a very light one and a very dark one. If the colors are too similar, you can't really see the lace effect. So now I'm going to take my heat tool and heat set. Okay, once you have completed your embossing, go ahead and repeat that technique with your 2 strips. So cover those with the vintage and heat set as well. So here is what your sticker paper looks like with embossing powder on it. It has a really cool finish to it, and it's not solid. As you can see, there's a lot of texture to it, which gives it that faux leather look. And we are going to go ahead and burnish some of the mousse into it to give it that really cool antiqued look. So now I'm going to take my finger tool once again and dip it into this beautiful Pacific teal. And you can dab, you can rub it. I actually went and did more than one layer. So like after I stamped, I went back on it and added some more of that teal. So what happens is it goes into all of the crevices, which is really cool and creates that really fun finish. So after you do that, and don't worry if it's uneven or smeary because you're going to be stamping over it. So it does not have to be perfect. You can also take your damp baby wipe if you want to get a special effect, and you can rub some of it off. So I could take my little baby wipe and I can kind of blend in some places if you got too much on. So that's another option too. And I love when there's a lot of flexibility with a wet medium. So you have that for a while, for a little bit with the mousse. It does dry quickly, but you do have a little bit of flexibility while it's still wet. And then to do my edges, I just went ahead and scraped a little up, and I'm scraping it off. So you're going to repeat this technique to your 2 border strips on your sticker paper as well. So everything we're doing here with this front plate, you are going to do to your 2 border strips as well. So you have now these guys look exactly like that. Okay, sorry, I did forget to tell you need to do 2 layers of your Pacific teal on your little buckle too. How sad, I can't believe I forgot that guy and no one said anything. You guys all just sat there and watched me. Or maybe you were. You probably were. You were like, Donna, come on. You forgot the buckle. Okay, now that we have completed all of our beautiful burnishing with our Pacific Teal, we are going to do a little bit more embossing with the white embossing powder. This does not come in your kit. Oh, the mail must be here. This does not come in your kit, but if you need white, you can go ahead and add it. So now I'm going to take my Leafy Flourish, which I said is a really nice one because it is big and it has very thick lines on it. So I'm going to stamp that with my VersaMark. And then I'm just going to go right over my design here. And you can do that to your edges as well. I'm going to leave mine plain. Set that aside. Brand new glitter spoons. Check these out. I am so excited. We have been waiting quite some time for them and they're finally here. I couldn't be happier. And there's an awesome little spoon side and a scoop side. Yay! All right. Sprinkle that. Tap that off. Give that a good flick. You can take your little static free bag and rub over that, which I didn't do and I'm now regretting because I've got white embossing powder stuck in places I don't want it. So I'm going to give it a good flick and then go ahead and heat set. Now this isn't one of those like perfect stamping look. It's supposed to be vintagey, so don't worry if you missed a spot like I did there. Plus you're covering it up with the actual corners. And flip that around. So isn't that cool that you can heat emboss right over your mousse? Okay. So now I've got my background for my purse. Next we are going to assemble. So I'm going to put my embossing powder away and I'm going to pull everything out. Now I went ahead and stuck my Tear-ific tape down. You can also glue this if you like gluing instead of using tape. I personally love the Tear-ific tape. It's a great adhesive bond. So I've got my two pieces and as you can see, I stuck one strip of tape down here because I am going to take my awesome little Mini Snips and I am going to trim. Now I am creating this where it's actually like a suitcase where there is a back and a front, and I kind of did a flip, like the reverse of it. And if you want to switch that around and make this the front, I say feel free. I tried a couple different ways to put this case together, and I ended up settling on this, what I really liked. So obviously you can switch that up if you'd like to. Go for it, get creative. So this is going to be the back and this is going to be the front. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to stick these guys on. So I put some Tear-ific tape, that is the 1/2 inch on the back here. Peel off the backing and I'm going to start here and push that up there. And then same with the second side, peel off the backing, start here, and push up, nice. And then my front, I'm gonna stick right there. And then we are going to assemble it and then add all of the cute little buckles. Like so. I really love the way it turned out. Now you can see the cool embossing, how really neat that looks. Okay, so next we are going to start folding. I'm going to pull these guys off and adhere that right there. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Peel my tape off. and stick that there. Now if you use glue, obviously you got to wait a little bit for it to dry. So that's the nice thing about using Tear-ific tape, is the dry time is seconds because it's tape. All right, I'm peeling the backing off of these. Fold the middle flap over, and then I'm going to come down. Now I'm going to face it towards me so I make sure that this lines up with the front of the case, so you don't have a big gap right there. But the nice thing is you're going to take that and you're going to take those corner buckles and you're going to cover this part up. So now that all of that is adhered, I am going to stick some Tear-ific tape here. So I'm going to take a little bit of my 3/4 and just go ahead and stick that right there. Fold these guys over, pop that off. All right, and face it towards me again. Fold, fold. Okay, and curve that just like so. Take this backing off. There we go. You can always use a craft pick to remove the backing of your tape if you don't have fingernails. For me, that would just be something else to hold in my hand right now, so that's not happening. And there we go. We have half of our case assembled. Isn't that fun? All right, so now we are going to take this guy and remove the backing here. Obviously, feel free if you want to take your embellishment mousse and add some more embellishment mousse to the rest of this. That would be really neat, but I'm just going to leave mine plain. I like the combination of the brown. I'll do it this way so you guys can see. So I have my Tear-ific tape here, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick my case in and then push that down. So now I'm using this, like I said, as the back of my case. But you could use it as the front as well. I've chosen to use it as my back. Okay, so next we are going to assemble all these fun little guys. So I'm going to take my bottom corners, and I've already got my Tear-ific tape on the back, which is so lovely. Stick that on. Second one. Stick that down. And it really does just finish off the look, doesn't it? All right, so you are going to take the backing off of this corner, and you see you've got this edging here. So what you're going to do is use your corner to cover up where your edges of your paper met, so you don't actually see all of our little tricks of the trade. Stick that on, and now that is completely covered. And then do the same with the other side. Peel off the backing of your Tear-ific tape with your now embellished mousse fingernails. Stick that over the edge like that. And now I have all 4 corners, and I am now going to take this piece here, our handle, and I'm just going to kind of fold up a little bit. And I stuck Tear-ific tape on the backing here as well. I just used my 1/4 inch. Just makes it really easy, and like I said, no dry time. You could also use any adhesive glue if you'd like to. Peel all those off. And I am going to line these up with the fronts of our borders here, of our edges. So I am just going to stick that right there. Press that down. Obviously I'm going to use the back of the paper to press that down. Make sure that's nice and secured and even. And now you have everything attached. You just need to do your clasp and your strap. So all I did was I just used my scissors to kind of round the corners very little to make it look like a real strap. You could use another embellishment mousse like the bronze or the copper to antique this a little bit more if you'd like, which would be really pretty. So I'm just gonna thread that through just like that. And then I am going to stick this, what I did here was I adhered it, I did it on the wrong side, there we go, to the inside of the back flap. So I'm gonna take my Tear-ific tape off. See, when there's 100 steps for me to think about, my brain doesn't work like that. My brain's a one-trick pony. All right, let's stick that on there as centered as possible. Looks about good. Fill it with some chocolates, obviously, because, you know, you can't just give someone an empty case without chocolate in it. All right, my son's been eyeballing these. What are those for? I'm like, they are for my Sparkle Sprinkle glitter groupies. Strap that in. And now I am just simply going to take my little piece of Velcro. I'm going to peel the adhesive off the front and the back. This is like 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch strip. So you're going to receive Velcro in your kit along with all your other goodies. So you're going to peel off the front and the back. Now this is super sticky. And what I am going to do is stick it right there on my clasp. And then close it and stick it down. And that way you have it exactly where you want it. And your awesome King Cross case purse is complete with Velcro and treats. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love reading all of your comments below. Don't forget to like it, share with your friends, put it on your Facebook page. Thanks for subscribing. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. This is a really excellent kit, so take advantage of the discount by purchasing all of the supplies together. Bye-bye.